Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 511 headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Duper Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Griggs, here with the super producer, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, take three. You did that great 3 times. Got to give it to you, man. You know,
I'm a professional at this, man. I know how to say yes. I've been studying Ed McMahon. Let me tell you.
It is. Thank you for checking out the Super Duper Podcast. We do not take your listens lightly. Got a new camera, Ez, new mics. We're rolling on this thing, man.
Yeah, you look good. Look good. Sound good.
Hey,
Make
man,
a good show.
Man.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on all socials. What up, Sarah? Hey, that's a tricky dance to say right now. I think, you know, the social game is a little in the air. So TikTok, I guess, is still sort of going to be banned, but they're going to try to hold off on it. You know, I know Sarah sent us a note about some stuff. I mean, there's so many apps popping up right now. Blue Sky Spill's been out for about a year or so. But, you know, we're still on Instagram for now, still on Facebook for now. Follow us at Super Duper Pod, SUPADUPAPOD. What up, Sarah? And online at hp53productions.com. You can find additional content such as the Father Good Podcast. And I'm on with the easy. I mean, I guess it's still there. Okay. You know what I mean? It's like finding like an old Twinkie in your car. It's, you know, it still exists. And I'm on Ez McMahon with the Easy Smoke and GM Podcast. So I mean, I know you guys are still watching football, but with the Bears being out, like how do you feel with the game now? I mean, I know you love the game, but are you watching the playoffs as closely?
Absolutely.
I figured it's
not as closely. All right, like Bears game is usually just that's all that's that's in front of me. With the Bears out, I will have the games on at some place.
Sure.
But I may be doing some other stuff, on the side, So it's not 100% of my attention being.
So I've never asked this. Do you have like a special Bears mug or something, or like a Bears cup or shirt that you wear when you watch a game?
I usually wear a Bears jersey. I got about 7, 8 Bears jerseys. Wait,
Marcus Freeman. I'm joking.
Wait, I got 3 Justin Fields jerseys, all different colors.
Okay.
I got a Jim McMahon jersey. I got Richard Dent. I have my own. I have Urlacher. 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found my regiment jersey the other day.
That's a good jersey. That's
a good jersey. Monopoly. Inside. I was like, what was that? Who give me some ridiculous name? My name was Monopoly on the back. I still don't know why.
Why did you choose that name?
I couldn't tell you what 23, 4-year-old Rob was thinking when I put Monopoly on the back of my jersey. But what else? Played like 2 games with Sean. I was running a business school, man.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you check out the Easy Smoking GM podcast wherever you get your podcast, especially on Spotify, bruv.
Yeah, we were talking. I was going to tell you, we were talking about what the Bears are going to do in the hiring process for a new coach. And so,
yeah.
We had Ken Davis on, who was formerly the host of the Under Center podcast, on NBC Sports Chicago, and we had some spirited conversation on what the Bears should do next. So, awesome. So definitely go check it out.
Please check it out. Also, you can check out the Super Duper Podcast and the Easy Smoking GM Podcast on YouTube at HP53 Productions. So make sure you go like and subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. So catch us on YouTube, socials, and on Spotify, Apple Music, all that fun stuff. So Ez, want to get right into it, man. So we got a good show for you guys today. I think it'll be a pretty fun show. So Ez, have you heard of this Unrivaled Women's League?
No, what's this?
So it's a women's 3-on-3 basketball league, professional basketball league.
Oh, okay.
Co-founded by, I have my note right here, Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. So they offered Caitlin Clark a cool $1 million to play, and she refused. I mean, I guess she said she didn't want to play. I guess they were saying
off season.
she's tired. You know, she went straight from, and I could actually see that went from NCAA, right into the
WNBA
WNBA
season. Yeah, she's got to take a break.
I've been nonstop because like Angel Reese is playing, but I mean Angel Reese missed pretty much the last month of the season or so, and her teams, didn't make playoffs. So I could see why she's playing, but yeah, they offer. But apparently, it's a 3-on-3 professional women's league. There are 6 teams: the Laces, the Lunar Owls, the Bis, the Phantom and Rose, and the Vinyl.
The who? Say that word again.
Rose and then Vinyl. So the teams are Laces,
the Bis.
Bist, B-I-S-T. Unless I spelled that
Bist.
wrong. Bist, B-I-S-T.
What is a Bist?
Couldn't tell you, bro. Y'all go to the site.
I gotta look this up.
Just in case it's something I don't know. But
that's not an SAT word, I don't think.
No, so the thing is, it launches tomorrow, January 17th, in Miami on TNT. Like I said, 3-on-3 professional women's league as built in collaboration with the players. Because the whole big thing is once the WNBA season is over, the women still got to make some money because it's no secret they don't make a lot of money in the W, right?
Right. No, I'm looking up this word right now. I'm trying to find this word. But go ahead.
I'm listening. They'll make a lot of money in the W, so they were trying to think of another option because some of these women got to go overseas. That's how Brittany Griner kind of got caught up in Russia because
absolutely, trying to make that money
overseas, and so they started this league again, co-founded by some current WNBA players. Apparently, each player will make a minimum of 6 figures and receive equity in the league. This is an 8-week season, so they're playing. It's a full court, but it's a smaller dimensions.
Man, that team is called the Mist.
I spelled it wrong. What did I type?
You could type Bist.
Hey, man. Been a long night. What I do? So when I said, I was like, wait, I don't remember that. I would have remembered Bist. You know what I'm saying? Mist sounds way better.
It's called the Mist. Yes.
I was like, Bist. I was like, oh, okay. Hey, I'm gonna keep rolling. That's what the notes say.
Okay. All right. Go on. I'm sorry.
So they are partnered with Sprite, Body Armor, Icy Hot, and Samsung. So I mean, hey,
that's some good sponsorships there.
And listen, why not strike while the iron's hot? I mean, I feel like Caitlyn would have made it go over the top, but I understand she can't get burned out over this, right? Because I mean, 8 weeks that's what 2 months. And that would be
she can come in. She can come in next season.
Absolutely, and they've been ready for it. Get all the kinks out because guess what? That money's still gonna be there, and it might be a little bit more when she get there next year. So and there's also going to be a 1-on-1 tournament in February for $250,000. I thought that was pretty cool.
That's gonna be crazy. That's what the All-Star game should be for the NBA.
People are not going to do that. They don't want to get embarrassed, man. Nobody wants.
That's what I'm saying. Of course, they're not going to do it, but I'm saying that's what it should be.
Yeah. I feel like the old NBA had all kind of like people had to do the dunk contest, had to do all these things to kind of get the name out there. You know what I'm saying? But now you don't need that. You don't need these games.
You remember, not to get you off the subject, but King of the Court, Nike did the King of the Court thing where they went across the country.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then they did the 1-on-1 battles in a cage, and then the championship was in Chicago.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's what they need.
That's what they need.
That's a great idea by these ladies.
People would definitely watch it, but again, guys wouldn't do it because you know what I'm saying. Because if Kyrie's cooking LeBron, LeBron can't take that. He might hit him with a haymaker. All day, you messing up my brand, man. But it got me thinking about the other leagues that have been started. Because I'm sure you heard of TGL, right? The Tomorrow Golf League.
No. Oh yeah. That's the thing Tiger and Rory are doing. Yeah.
And so it's a golf league that has traditional and simulated golf play. So a lot of people, as I'm sure you would do the same. I take my son to indoor golfing, right? Just because you kind of in Chicago, especially, you got to keep swinging somewhere if you want to stay good. So like it's an export out here, golf. I'm sorry, out here. Other places play indoor. So they kind of have some things that are live and in action, but it's mainly virtual stuff. They play at SoFi Stadium and another place in Florida. The initial investors, like look at this list: Steph Curry, Andre Iguodala, Shaq, did I spell that right? D-Wade, KD, Shohei.
What is a Shaq?
Wait, a Shaq, is that spelled with a K, right? Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Josh Allen, Justin Timberlake, Michael Rubin, Lewis Hamilton, names. Serena Williams, and Diana Taurasi. I spelled that wrong. I'm sleeping. Yeah, man, but it's like that league is popping. And I saw somewhere that Maverick Carter, LeBron James's business partner, I guess is working to create some alternative basketball league. Like obviously they were like LeBron's not involved. I was like, that's a little tricky, bro. Hey, I'm gonna chill with that one. But I guess all these leagues are popping. Not it's this always happened, but it seems like right now these are a lot of leagues just popping up, man. But you look at I was thinking about it probably because you think of the sports rights, right? How much the NFL is getting what $100 billion and the NBA got $76 billion. And you figure these leagues want to get into the sports right because that's the only lot. People don't watch television the same way they used to, right? You know, you would get home to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air at 7, or even when Power was popping, like you watching Power at midnight the Sunday before to be the first one to see it. Yeah, it's like that doesn't happen anymore. So the only appointment television are live sports. Right. So I can see that from a business standpoint. And I think these are pretty cool ideas, man. Like this kind of indoor, like more professional golf league. I think this 3-on-3 tournament for the women we're actually going to do fairly well, right? It's just like just more basketball to play. That, and to your point, that one-on-one tournament, that might be pretty cool, man. Like if they do that right, if the right players get into it, I think that might be pretty cool, man. Yeah. So they haven't released the rules just yet. But again, I guess it's going to be launching tomorrow. So they got to have some kind of rules.
I hope they have some rules. They're going to make them up on the fly.
But check it out on TNT. I mean, I forgot I turn it on for a little bit. Give it some support. Why not, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it might be better than the NBA.
Come on, man. See, that's a disrespect, dog. It could be better than
that's not disrespect. It could be
better than NBA. Nah.
They're going head to head with the NBA tomorrow night.
I mean, I feel it's more like filler, content. I don't think it's going ahead. I don't consider this head to head. I don't.
They are going ahead, but I mean, I'm saying there's going to be NBA. The ESPN's got national games tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I see the point you make. Like they got hurt, but I don't think the intent is to take people from the NBA. But who knows?
Yeah, this is TNT's final season with the NBA.
Oh, they doing anything? Huh?
They're trying to figure it out.
They still got what? I mean, they still got to get that money. I think they license inside the NBA to ESPN. They didn't buy it. They licensed it. So they're gonna make up a bread that way.
That's one show. That's one show.
But I still think that does a disservice to the show they just sold to the NBA. I mean, I guess business is business, right? It's like y'all gonna pay for this, and we're gonna make some more money over here. So
absolutely.
We'll see. So, as this shout out to Sarah because she brought this up, man. It's the 25th anniversary of Y2K, and just all the mayhem that was happening about that. Like that
was funny.
Man. Yeah, because so thinking about that, like how long ago? Like 25 years doesn't feel long ago, but it was. So we were.
That's crazy. Man.
And it was like when she talked about it, I was like, man, it was a crazy time. People just going nuts, like, just for a kind of level set. Bill Clinton was president, AOL, your email was popping, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much we feared a computer programming bug was going to wreak havoc on the world. It was all like the clock's gonna go to 0, 0, 0.
Right. Which I never understood.
Neither did. Listen, that was the last.
Even if it does go to 0, this was my thought. Even if it does go to 0, 0, what is that going to really change? I mean, your money's not going to go anywhere else.
Put the 2 on it. My thing is like I kept thinking it's a computer. Y'all can go up there and put the 2 in front of the zeros. Like I'm with you, man. But I will say it was enough. Like I remember. So usually New Year's Eve I go to church. You know what I'm saying? And this particular New Year's Eve, church was packed. So there was a lot of people in there because, like, hey, it might be the end of the world. And I remember thinking, well, I was my I'm 20. I got my parents here, my sisters are here. I mean, all right, I guess if this is it, I'm with my family. And I mean, they pray over midnight. I'm looking around just like, so nothing happened? Yeah. Absolutely nothing happened. You know what I'm saying?
I remember I stayed home that night. I had a girlfriend that invited me to a party. I was like, no, I'm good.
She's like, I'm trying to live.
I like home better than night. Just in case, madness happens.
But man, it was things with like, that had to become Y2K compliant. You know what I'm saying? That was a whole big thing. People were storing food. People in bomb shelters. I remember Busta Rhymes came out with an extinction level event in 1999. A lot of people putting Y2K and 2K on their albums. And I mean, again, like we say, nothing happened, but I wonder, because you think about the 2000s music, right? It was all popping, dancing. We were in the clubs then, right? It's like about getting money and living your best life. Maybe because we thought we was about to die, like the world to end, and realized we got a shot. let's live it up. You know what I'm saying? That's like, because I mean, though that was a special time. People, I mean, the '90s were great, and I'm gonna get to the '90s in a bit. '90s were fantastic, but in 2000, maybe because we had a couple bucks in our pocket and we was out and about in the world in 2000.
Maybe you had a couple bucks in your pocket. I didn't have nothing. I was broke.
I mean, you had enough, bro. You had enough in 2000, 2002, 2003. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was going to the club, at 9 to get in for free.
If it weren't for grandma and my auntie, boy, I would have been in trouble. Shout out to grandma and auntie sis. Let me tell you.
Yeah, man. No, but yeah, I mean, but that's probably why it has to be. That's pretty funny. 25 years ago, like it was like a lifetime ago. You think about all the things that's happening now. I mean, it's funny because some of that mimics the pandemic. It's how people were acting, right, with the storing of the food and stuff. But it's like that was actually a real problem. This was just kind of like more made up to a degree. And I wonder how that even started, right? Who started this? See, I stopped believing conspiracy theories.
I don't think it was made up. I think it was a legitimate concern.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole computer systems and things, reverting back, and they thought it was going to mess some things up. I didn't think it would, but so they were definitely concerned about it. Because remember, you had companies out there that were making all computers Y2K compatible or compliant, or So it was something to it,
Man, I still feel like it's hustle. Like when the triplets were born, chipmunks were born, right? And you go to the store. People might disagree with me, so y'all can disagree with now again. You go to Walgreens and they got, you got to buy distilled water, certain water. I forgot what kind of water. Maybe it was for the formula. And certain water you got to buy. And then there's, the jugs. I had to buy in gallons because I got 3 kids.
So you got the regular purified water,
but it was like baby water. That was like $1 more. And it was like, I can't give my babies the wrong water. And I realized it's the same doggone water, man. They pulling at my heartstrings.
You sure?
Hey, listen. One day I had to buy the jug. Jugs. Chipmunks doing okay. Okay, are they doing okay? Yeah, they doing okay. They doing okay.
They doing okay.
Yeah, they doing okay. They doing okay.
The water didn't hurt. All right.
We make it happen, man.
Right.
Hey, man, don't report me, people. Please don't report me, man. So as I'm gonna get to the end of the '90s a little early, I'll let you drop the beat right here.
I'm born into the '90s.
So this week's in the '90s, I'm very excited about it. I didn't tell you on purpose. I wanted to get your natural reaction, right? And I don't know how this popped up, but I'm glad it did. So this week in the '90s, I want to talk about one of my favorite shows, and that's Saved by the Bell, right? And it's like I remember vividly just watching Saved by the Bell all the time. Like it felt like it was always on. It was only 4 seasons. I don't know if you knew that, Ez. The show was on for 4 seasons, 89 to 93.
Well, the high school.
Yeah, the high school. I mean, well, we'll get to that. The high school. So it premiered August '89 on NBC, targeted to kids and teens. And I don't think this really happens as much anymore. Like, again, obviously I'm not a kid or a teenager, but I feel like the shows that I see that, like, say my kids watch, or actually they watch older shows. They watch it. Brooklyn watches Sam. She asked for Sam and Cat. So, she'll ask for much. When he asks for that, you got to turn it on. But it's like that's a show. Ariana Grande was on there like a lot younger. But like, say like a show like Euphoria. I know you have no idea what this is.
No.
So like Euphoria, they show it's about teens. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it ain't for teens. I'll tell you that much. But this show, I felt like Saved by the Bell was like for kids our age, and a little older, and it was like about regular stuff, like not regular stuff, I should say, but it was like good, wholesome humor. You know what I'm saying? Got a little in trouble here and there, but it was
on during Saturday morning cartoons, so it had to be, kid friendly.
But even those TGIF shows, like Family Matters and all those, like those were just like funny shows to watch. That was wild how like on a Friday night people were just watching. Just watching TV. Like it's like now Friday night you got to be up and out somewhere. But Friday night it was like, hey, watch this for a couple hours.
No way you can get ratings on a Friday night now.
No way. No, you're crazy. If you're not unless you're a sports show, no way.
Yeah.
No way at all, man.
Yeah.
So the show started. Saved by the Bell is actually a spinoff from Good Morning Miss Bliss. Did you know this? I didn't know that till I read up on this stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever seen any of those episodes?
Oh, Good Morning Miss Bliss? No,
yeah.
I haven't.
So
apparently Zack and Lisa and Screech were on there, right?
Yeah. So if you you didn't see them until the syndicated shows. But I think they were on a Disney Channel.
It was
They
Disney
were originally
Channel.
on a Disney Channel. But yeah, they actually replay those in syndication with, in loop with the Saved by the Bell shows.
Okay.
So they'll start there at the Good Morning Miss Bliss shows,
And then
though
move
it's
on to the high
still
school.
under the Saved by the Bell
I
name
got
now.
you.
So they don't call it Good Morning Miss Bliss. It's still Saved by the Bell, but they do replay those shows.
Yeah. So Good Morning Miss Bliss was focused around a teacher that had this like hodgepodge of funny, smart alecky students, right? And Zack was one of them. Lisa Turtle and Samuel Screech Powers was one. And then they thought that the Mark Paul Gosselaar, who played Zack, did a great job as his character, and wanted to build a show around him. That's how they got to Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
So the cast. So Zach Morris, man, Mark Paul Gosselaar, he's been Zach forever, man. It's like that. I think that's like how
he embraces it too.
As at some point you should, right? Because I feel like people, because who are the two of your famous typecasts? I wrote like, I still call him Arnold Drummond. I couldn't think of Gary Coleman. There we go.
Gary Coleman.
It's like, I can't give his real name. I know his stage name, right? But
Gary
it's like
Coleman,
people try to fight against that typecasting.
Up until recently, the Fonz, Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
He was always the Fonz.
Yeah, until he jumped the shark.
Yeah.
According to the wiki, he dated Lark Voorhees, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and Elizabeth Berkley. All the co-stars, female co-stars on the show. It's like, man, Zach, but you young, you around these pretty girls all the time. What can you say?
More power to him, man.
But even when you saw him on Weeds, on CSI, he was still Zach, man. I mean, he just couldn't shake it. But like you said, he embraced it, and I think that's cool. Might as well, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the only way to get through it, right? Just embrace what it is.
Yeah.
But Zach always won, even if you hated him or thought he was crazy. Toward the end, you kind of everybody loves Zach.
Well, everybody wants to be. I think Zach is probably, and I'm gonna bring up the Fonz again. Top 5 coolest television character ever.
That's a nice list. Who else? Who's your Fonz, Zach?
I think the Fonz is one. You can't. He's the coolest character ever. Zach Morris.
Yeah.
Will Smith, Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Because it's like everything he did, War said was cool. Yeah.
Dylan McKay, 90210.
See, he was my type of cool. He was at that smoky, brooding type of thing. But I guess, you can throw him in there for the times, right? For the time.
I'm thinking now.
You want to say Martin? He's more funny than cool.
He was funny, yeah. He wasn't.
Yeah, more funny than cool.
He wasn't the coolest guy out there.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. Yeah, what's my?
Think about it. So another character, Screech. Again, typecasting going wrong, man. Screech passed away in 2021. This was like when comic relief was a critical part of a TV show, right? Because again, I was talking to my sons about this tonight because we were doing some words, and audience was one of the words for their vocabulary test. Okay. And I was saying how, like, back in the day, shows were taped in front of live studio audiences, and it was like, really? I'm like, yeah, man. They had an audience in front of them while they taped this TV show. And like you had to get a big laugh, or it felt like you had to get a big laugh from the audience to make sure the show was doing well. I think the Screech problem was like this joke was going a little bit too long, you know what I'm saying? And it's like even Family Matters had the Stefan Urkel to give him to take him out of this nerd role, right, to some kind of more adult something, you know what I'm saying? Give him some kind of balance, man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he passed away in 2021. AC Slater, man. So are you an AC Slater guy or Zach? I think I'm Zach, man. I think I'm team Zach.
I think everybody wants to be Zach.
Even, I mean, AC was just if you wanted to be
even us jocks. Well, I was gonna say even us jocks still want to be Zach.
I was thinking, is he doing the best right now though? In terms of, I mean,
absolutely,
everybody's doing well. Yeah.
I mean, he's got Access Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think he's making a good coin with that.
Yeah.
I think he does some movies on the side too.
Probably
like Hallmark and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I seem like he was the one he outlasted his character the most, right? Maybe because he wasn't really focused on the show. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of came in and was a handsome guy.
Well, I think it started with Tiffany Amber Thiessen went to 90210 right after.
Okay.
Right after Saved by the Bell. And she, she was around for a while.
Sure.
But like you said, long term.
It's him.
Probably, yeah.
It's him, sure. Mr. Belding, man, he was up for any. Listen, whenever they got a Saved by the Bell show, actually, it's funny. All of them show up except for Locke Voorhees, and we'll get to her. But they Mr. Belding. Hey, y'all got us check Saved by the Bell. I'll be there, man. It's like he had no business being principal. Zack was getting away with all kinds of stuff, but he should have been fired a long time ago. And so now I'm gonna keep it a bug with you. When I thought about this show, I was like, the real reason I watched this show were these three pretty girls that were on there. Like, yeah, Zack is cool. H. Slater was cool. Rashad and Kelly Kapowski, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. I mean, just gorgeous to me. She looked like the perfect girl. She just did. I mean, say what you want, just like stuck on the TV.
Still.
Super facts. And listen, she dated H. Slater too. Again, this is like a microcosm of young people.
When you're
that's what I'm saying.
A teenager,
in the same area.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember Fast Lane with Bill Bellamy and Tiffany Amber Thiessen? It was a cop show. She was a lieutenant.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. Yeah,
and they
it was on Fox.
It was on Fox, and it was on one season. Yeah. I used to love that show. She wasn't this girl then, and you talked about her being on 90210 right after Saved by the Bell ended. So she took the other route of like, all right, this is my one character y'all see me as. I'm going this way. But yeah, she's still great. She's still a cutie pie. 50 years old, man.
Yes,
for sure.
She's 50.
Yeah, she's 50. All of them about the same age. They're 50 years old.
I felt they were older than that.
No. So when they graduated, Locke Voorhees, again, I'll get to her again. She was 19 when the show ended. So technically, like their senior year, she was 19.
So that would have been our freshman year of high school.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah, man.
Right.
So, yeah, but shout out to Tiffany Amber Thiessen and Kelly Kapowski. I mean, truly, woo, a dream, man. And then Jesse Spano. Shout out to Showgirls.
I was also a fan of Jessie too.
Listen,
I can't front.
She was in Kelly's shadow, but she was gorgeous. And and again, you see the show as it got older, it's like they just became more beautiful girls. They nailed it with that cast.
She actually auditioned for the Kelly role.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And then they basically said it was a tie, and so they gave Kelly or Tiffany Amber Thiessen the Kelly role, and they created a role for what's her name again?
Elizabeth Berkley.
Elizabeth Berkley, yeah.
And then there was Lisa Turtle. So listen, man, I
also
bruh. Okay, I'm keeping it that way with you as. So I didn't realize how big a crush I had on Lisa Turtle until I did this whole project. I mean, I was in a Lisa Turtle rabbit hole for like 30, 40 minutes. I'm trying to research the episode, and I'm looking at old Lisa Turtle videos like, good gosh, she was gorgeous. From the beginning, I mean, it's an interview with her with Keenan Ivory Wayans, and he looking like, I'm about to risk it all, bro. And I was like, I understand. Do you remember when she was on Martin?
I do remember. They got engaged, right?
They were engaged like in real life. I guess they were dating, but on the show, it was like when he broke up with Gina. I forgot. I was really mad at Martin for like about a couple months. Like it's like, how you go? I hate you, Martin. I mean, for real, like about 12, mad at Martin. And I mean, you look at the show, and it's like, well, okay, once I got to be a man, I'm like, so I guess he's not going back with Gina because he's not leaving this. Like, I guess the new show is with Locke Voorhees because you not leaving this, and you crazy. And I mean, just so cute, bright smile. And she was on In the House. I don't know if you remember Carl. Well, again, typecasting. Alfonso.
She was on In the House.
Yeah. So Alfonso Ribeiro's character was Maxwell Stanton. And he was dating Locke Voorhees on there, man.
I must have been out of that show by then. Was LL still on the show?
No. I think so. I think he was always on it. I think
he was always on it. So, because remember, originally that show was it was him and Debbie Allen.
Right.
And Debbie Allen's kids were what's the girl that was she was like the model and ended up getting into drugs and stuff.
Oh, she was on another show. She was gorgeous too. I can't think of her. What are you talking about? That's heartbreaking. Yeah, man.
I forget her name now. But anyway, that's how it started. And then it sort of like
morphed into other people.
Morphed into, Alfonso Ribeiro got on the show. Yeah. So I may have been out by then.
Probably so. But listen, once this Lisa Turtle research project, because it makes a lot of sense of some of the poor decisions I made in life as a young man. But it makes a lot of sense. It completely understand it, because she had me on lock. My God, again. And she's had some personal challenges, and I'll let you guys Google that stuff. I'm gonna talk about the positive. But I mean, I'm telling you, that was one of the most beautiful women ever put on this earth. And shout out to the 90s, because she was in there and killing us. I mean, killing us softly. Because I'm telling you, anybody that's around our age that's thinking about that right now, I'm thinking about the same thing. Thought about that's one of the most beautiful women you ever seen in your life, man.
Yep.
Yeah, like look at these videos of her, man. Like truly, gorgeous. I mean, just can't be beat. So, like I said, she has personal struggles, but she joined the reboot. They had a reboot of Saved by the Bell in 2021. I mean, the show felt like it was longer than 4 years, as it really did. But again, that's because of syndication. But like even talking about it, like you think about some of the episodes that fell on there. Zack and AC Slater get into a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like just all these random things that's happening. Like that was it almost made you look forward to high school. Like, see, is this what high school's like? Of course, your high school's nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it still was fun to watch. I mean, shout out to St. Nations, because there was some Lisa Turtles in there, when I was a freshman. And for real, gotta say,
I met one back then.
I'm sure you did, bro. Bunch of them. Shout out to SICP classes of 90, 4 to 97.
I think that was her name too. Don't get me wrong. That was a long time ago.
Woo. Love being a freshman in high school. That was one of the best times. Talking like, I got to get my game up, okay? But for real, if this is your time frame, make sure you go check out Saved by the Bell. I think I'm gonna get the kids to watch it. I don't know if I told you about this. I've been trying to get the kids, like the boys specifically, to just like help them with reading comprehension. Just kind of focus like in conversation and then like reading between lines and stuff. Because now kids got short attention spans, right? They got all kinds of devices. Everything is quick, fast, what have you. So I started, like I did for my sister. Shout out to Sharon. I got the boys watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
Right? Because it's a 22-minute show, right? And those sitcoms, there's a beginning and there's a problem and a resolution. You know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of get everything. You can get everything in one. You got to, like shows now you got to watch the entire season.
That's how the 80s, the 80s and the 90s. That's how they rolled.
Hey man, and so we watch it. We talk about what you think. Why do you think Uncle Phil's mad? What's the characters' names? They kind of get into like, okay, this is how things are going. So I might put Saved by the Bell on the list. I've been really showing them a lot of older stuff.
Oh,
yeah. They'll love Saved by the Bell.
They would enjoy that, absolutely. I think it should still hold up.
I think it does. I definitely think it does, man.
Oh, I think I got a character, by the way.
Okay, who?
Tubbs from Miami Vice.
See, okay, here's the thing with your list. Your list is, because I would let the Fonzie ride, but like your list is like expansive over years. There's got to be people you're missing. You think?
Tubbs was a cool character, man.
He was, but you was like 4. Okay, man. You know what I'm saying?
Still watched Miami Vice. They made a damn movie out of it.
Miami Vice, huh?
They made a movie out of it.
Movie you should have been. You should watch Miami Vice, but you were 6.
All right, I got 2 more.
Okay.
Charlie from 2.5 Men.
Facts.
Charlie Sheen's
super
character.
facts. Super facts. That dude's something else.
That was bad. That's a great character.
That's a show you don't want to watch. You're trying to make poor decisions because it's like, you can live like that. That's okay.
He got a nice house on the ocean, beachfront property. Money coming in from nowhere for no apparent reason other than jingles.
What did he do? Yeah, jingles. That's what it's like.
He did
Jingles can't be that good,
but
dog.
still, every time you thought he was down and out, a check would show up, and he was all good again, no problems, and man was just pulling them all.
Man, that was listen.
No Better
So
Life.
listen, that was actually a pretty cool show. I really enjoyed that show, man. Really great show. But I remember I saw Charlie. When I saw him first, really. Well, he's been out forever. But when I think of him, I think of Money Talks. I don't know if I tell you, I love that movie. Cracks me up, dude. To this
That's
day,
a good movie. That was a solid movie.
I started giggling every time, and I've seen it thousands of times. Okay, I randomly quote that movie, man. I love that movie. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Good ad there, man. So yeah, guys, take out Saved by the Bell. Go ahead.
And last one, Vince Chase Entourage.
Coolest. See, I think you are then getting like, so now your last two were lifestyle versus cool, right?
They were still cool though. There was nobody cooler than Vince.
Yeah, I get, but I mean, he just had money. Well, what was the dude? Who was his handler? Who was his buddy? His assistant. He was not cool.
He was about Turtle?
No, not Turtle. Red.
Eric.
Yeah, he wasn't cool though.
Eric wasn't cool.
Now Ari
really wasn't cool though.
He was getting stuff done.
He was just getting everything done, and said some catchy lines every now and then. He wasn't really cool.
I'm sure somebody on soap opera be missing. My parents had me watching All My Children and One Life to Live. I'm sure somebody on there that I just ain't thought of.
I like that top 7 right there.
That's okay. That'll work.
Top 7 coolest television characters of all time.
So of all time, Will Smith's the only black person. I just want to make sure
we got that
figured out. Oh, Tubbs. Okay. I mean, I still can't count Tubbs, man. You was like 3 years old watching that. He was like,
you never watched the episode of Miami Vice?
I mean, later on, but that wasn't like for you. You know what I mean? But I guess the Fonz doesn't fit that way as well. So syndication, we all know how cool.
Right. That's what I'm saying. During syndication, yeah.
I see your point. All right. So before we get out of here, that was in the 90s. You guys checking that out. So before we get out of here, Monday is Martin Luther King Day. Usually we have Dr. Williams on, but this week I want to do something different. Just want to touch on it because I know people are traveling out of town and they going on ski weekends and what have you, right? But definitely this is and no shade if you do. Please enjoy the long holiday weekend. Make sure you enjoy yourself. Be safe. But still, we want to make sure we honor Dr. King. We've been doing this every year on the podcast. We don't let the weekend go by without saying something about him because, a big thing is his history to a degree gets whitewashed or softened, I should say, right? I mean, that people use the quotes, they put them on shirts, they put them on cups. They even got a McDonald's campaign sometimes. It's all over
mattress sales.
Absolutely. Yo, the mattresses be on every holiday. Shout out to them. It be President's Day. Got a mattress. Easter Sunday, raise up on a mattress. Straight up, man. See, get sidetracked. But no, but with MLK, people grab like the softer quotes, right? And they put them on their Instagram page. They put them on the bottom of their email handles. But people forget that MLK was a hated man during his heyday. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's mostly probably I think a couple of polls say he was the most hated man in America for what he was standing for. Because see, I guess it's accepted now. I have my one son, Aiden, watching the MLK video because one of his words was that they were learning today was visionary. And so he's like, Dad, I can't think of anybody. I was like, well, we're talking about Martin Luther King, right? So we talked a bit about him, watched a little video on him, kind of moved on from there. But it's just, people misremember truly how difficult the task he took on, right? And as I'm starting to appreciate the difficulty of it, the pressure of it, and just like how young he was, right? He was 39 when
39.
Now we're 45, right? So he was doing a lot of his damage with late 20s, early 30s, right? And I mean, not just, he got a bunch of followers on the gram or, people know his name. He was really like with the president, like getting things done, changing the country. We unfortunately right now, we idolize people who are not doing that. Like they ain't changing laws, or they're not affecting people. They just got a lot of money, or they have a lot of influence, which they're usually using it for themselves. They're not using it to like help other people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like when we buy their records or support their material, it just goes back to them. They don't give it back to the community. MLK dedicated his life to this cause. He wasn't driving fancy cars doing this stuff. No. His life was constantly threatened. You know what I mean? Bombing his house, like followed by the government. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't a great life to live, and to be frank, a lot of a life that most people would not choose to live. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we remember him on his holiday, because you think about if he didn't do, far too often we have something that we know we ought to do. And I'm speaking to myself now. It's something that's in your heart, that God has put in your heart, mind, whatever. You should do this thing. And we run from it because it feels too big, or we're scared, or we don't think we have it. When you are tailor-made for this mission, like he was just a young preacher in the you know what I'm saying? And now he is this man that we still are remembering so many years later. And it's like he did so much in his young life. And I think we should really take this weekend and his day to really think about, yes, injustice, yes, about all the things he stood for, but also the purpose in our own lives, right? Like if you look back at your life today, we talked about the life audit last week, like what have you done? And I don't want to say this to make anybody feel bad. Like I don't want you jumping through a window or like, my life is horrible because no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a purpose that we all have. And a lot of times that purpose is to help other people. In what way can we do that? Or how can we do that? I think the problem is we try to do it in a way that is it's self-promotion to a degree. But a lot of times what he did, it wasn't for him. He just began to be elevated. A Nobel Peace Prize. Think about that. A Nobel Peace Prize. I don't think he set out to win one. He just was like, I don't like how it is around here, man. It's like people can't live like this, man. And he got rewarded for the work that he did. So I just encourage you. Shout out to everybody that's volunteering on a Monday. Shout out to my church. They got some stuff going on Sunday. But everybody that's volunteering this weekend. In college, I know I told the story on the pod before. When I went to Williams, I worked in the library. We didn't have MLK off at the library because students were in there. And my boss was like, well, Griggs, no, it's MLK. If you don't want to come in, you don't have to. I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying? But I got to my room and I thought, okay, I'm gonna honor Dr. King. I was like, so I'm gonna honor Dr. King by staying up late, right? Not going to work. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm honor Dr. King. So I went to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and I was mad the whole time. Ain't nobody in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, ain't nobody.
You had a conscience that day.
I did. I mean, I don't know, because when she said you don't have to come in here, I was like, see y'all Tuesday. But then I was in the room like, man, this ain't no way to honor this man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like truly me laying in bed and not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Felt like the antithesis of Martin Luther King Day. And again, I know people we talked about it last year, just about how the holiday, everybody didn't agree with it. I think Arizona was the last state to really make it a federal holiday. I think it was Arizona. People want to make it different types of other holidays, right? But I think it being honored as a federal holiday, just like Juneteenth, is important for the country to be recognized. Go ahead.
I think there were some states that were trying to get it together with Robert E. Lee's birthday.
There we go. I can remember that part. Yes. And that's y'all just
isn't that crazy?
Y'all wilding. They wilding for that. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it stays. But it's funny now because MLK Day falls on inauguration weekend. I guess it always. I think every so often this happens, right? Where the inauguration is on Martin Luther King Day. So this is a different one because who knows if MLK and Trump would have been rocking. But still though, MLK's message, it still speaks to us today. We have to help each other, and everybody deserves a chance to live in this great country and to have the chance to do so.
This would be his 96th birthday.
I think so.
96, yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy too. That's great. But also too, I felt like when I was younger, I saw MLK, like Brown Black History Month, and you saw it all over the place. I don't feel that no more. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's just, and maybe that's a us thing, right? I think the adults before us were heavy on Black history, heavy on know who these people are. This is who this is. This is who that is. And I have to be honest. I don't think I do that as much as I should. Right? During the pandemic, that woke me up when the kids were having work from home, when they was they had to class at home.
Yeah.
And so I started making up stuff from the day. And every day we had to do a Black history video. Like we just watched something about somebody in Black history. I didn't care who it was, just because I need y'all to see who you are, right? Because I think some of the game is, your color doesn't matter. And it does matter. And it's a big deal, right? And we should do something. That's what Dr. King, because people get it mixed up like, no, it should, no. Like, people take him in affirmative action, all the other things. All this does matter, but that should not prohibit you from getting a chance to live the best life you want to live and live in this great country that we call America. That should, try to make it as great as it can be. So again, this weekend, don't forget Dr. King. Again, and please share your posts, share your quotes, do all that fun stuff, but just remember who the man really is. Okay. As I miss anything?
No, I think you covered it all. Especially
sure.
my coolest TV character.
Sarah, cut that out. People rank his old man list.
That list is great. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? He like Rock Hudson.
Ain't nobody cool. I didn't say nothing about Rock Hudson.
Sidney Poitier. Yeah.
Shout out to Rock Hudson.
No doubt. Man, like Moses. Make sure you check out. Make sure you follow on social. SUPA, SUPA, What up, Sarah? And online at HUProductions.com. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Hey, mama, this is the Super Duper Podcast.
Or do the K stand for kamikaze? J silent is everywhere, you can feel them probably. Surely, lately, I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this. Life thinking I should be further and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. They said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you're blessed? I woke up, and oh my God, feeling myself, know why? 'Cause I woke